Z and Kirsten G. Beautiful, strong queens, come and listen to 3. Peace and love comes naturally. Powerful, outspoken women listen happily.
Hey. All right, we in next thing.
Back in
Welcome.
the building.
It's your girl, Mocha.
Cecil's in the building.
What's up? It's your girl. I am Kirsten G.
Look at them with their radio voices, and I'm over here like, Mocha. Let me get myself together. These professionals.
It's all in the throat. It's in the throat.
It's in that throat.
I got to work on that.
It's that little thing that be moving.
Not the little punching bag thing.
Not the thing that be moving.
That thing that be moving it back.
It's your girl, Mocha.
Yeah.
Did I get it together? Okay, maybe next show.
Dude, but it's okay.
Maybe next show.
I was just trying to think of Sade because I just feel she's so damn sexy.
Yes, she is.
Like, hey.
That's
we
you
should
you
all
channel
our inner Sade.
Okay.
I'm channeling Sade. Smooth operator.
It's your girl, Mocha.
How y'all doing? It's Cecil.
This is an after night show?
After night.
You said Sade, so I feel
it sounds like after dark. After dark with POW.
okay.
Ladies.
You said,
Baby, this thing's for the
Fellas, I know
after
you're
night.
feeling it. Fellas, I know you are feeling it.
Listen.
You got your tea or your wine together?
I need some tissue. These tears gonna start to rolling on the river. Okay, let's go.
Everybody got so damn sexy. What's up, it's your girl Z Stars?
All right.
hey, you said Sade, so that was my version.
Mocha, Sade in the daytime. Sade before 9. Sade before 5.
Okay, before happy hour.
Yeah.
Sade.
On her 9 to 5.
Yes.
Okay.
On the 9 to 5.
Oh,
So
and
I'm
now
clocking in and I'm clocking out.
Clock in and clock out. Let's
Clocking
talk about
in
it with
and
Kirsten.
clocking out. Okay. Wait, are we going straight to me?
Yeah, something with Kirsten. What you talking about, girl?
It's
Clocking in,
always
clocking
something
out?
with Kirsten. Y'all. So let's
Always
see what she
something
got
with
going on.
Kirsten. You
I
guys, we're going to talk about clocking in and clocking out, and I have officially clocked out. As of July 31st, I've actually left corporate America.
Yes.
And I think the challenge is really for, I think many people is, after COVID, what do you do? Like, what is my next step going to be? For me, I decided to clock out. And as of right now, I am kind of just enjoying my best life. It's been great. I've actually done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except for
Sometimes
It
that
feels
is
good,
the
right?
best
Especially
thing.
when you've done so
Exactly.
much.
I've been working crazy for like 10 years. So I'm like, and I've had an opportunity to travel around the world, meet new people, and just, I don't know, I was living my best life. I live in my best life now because, I be forgetting that other people have jobs. I'm calling them at random times in the day. Like, hey, what you doing?
I just want to go on record and say I hate that person. No, I'm joking.
I'm literally like, hey, you want to go to the park at 12? Like you don't have a job at Monday morning.
The one that calls you at 9 and you like, I just walked in this mug.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, girl, what you doing today? I'm like, I have become that person, and I'm like, oh, I forgot people got jobs. And I'm going to get back on the market too, but for now, it's just kind of like
Enjoying
the moment and figuring
I
out.
think this is a perfect opportunity for people to do that, but to take advantage of it in a way that it betters them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
I agree with that. Some people, depending on their situation, it can't really get into that moment, but I'm glad to see.
Yes, I
this
was
glow
so
on
happy.
you, boo.
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy.
I did something for you.
I think I was nervous because it was like, I don't know what my next plan is.
Right.
I was so trying to figure out the next plan, but then I was like, if I stay in this moment, I don't think there is going to be another plan for me. I think that it's going to be a different situation. So I want to take control of what I have right now. And I decided to clock out.
Yes!
Hashtag clock out.
Yes.
Clocking out, guys.
I love it.
But, also just getting mentally ready and getting just anything that you just was ever drowning you down, or you're like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm fearful of this, or I'm this. It was like my moment to just go through that. I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to be. I didn't have to clock into anything. But I also was aware, like, hey, what is my next move going to be? But for now, I want to get myself mentally ready and I'm trying to get this Kirsten together.
Right.
I want to get Kirsten.
So clocking out of corporate America, but clocking into you.
Yes, clocking out of corporate America and clocking into me. And this side has been different, challenging. I mean, sometimes I feel like, what did I do today? Like, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, did I eat today, or was I just watching movies all
girl,
day?
that's every day for me. Was I clock in to clock out? I'd be like, what did
like,
I eat
I don't. There's no schedule at all. But I am getting back into the hang of it. We have this great show right here, so this has been I think it's going to be a great outlet for me to speak my voice that I've been hiding inside. Where it's like, I guess that fearful moment, like overcoming that. I know. I don't know. You know, you're fearful of your own talents.
Right.
You can do it for other people, but can you do it for yourself? It's kind of where I'm at right now in life.
Girl, show topic, tag that one. Let's put that
down. Overcoming those fears of like once I left corporate, I was happy. I didn't even look back. I don't even know what I did. I turned my badge in and I just left. Like, I literally was computer, left, and I was great. I was like, I want to go to eat across the street, and that's exactly what I did. And then after that, I went home. But the reality is that I think for me, it's like where I'm at right now with something with Kirsten is overcoming the fears to really be the best person that I can be without the approvals of other people, and really me not getting into my own head of stopping that goal or that dream. And that's where I am right now. So you guys, don't forget to comment below if you're feeling the same way or anything like that. Comment below, because I know I'm not the only person that is out there feeling the same way, or if you've left corporate, or if you left your job. Well, you left a job. Shit. Like, sorry. If you left your job or whatever.
This is after night.
If you left your job, or hey, you got laid off, or whatever the case may be, and your next move, let's talk about these things, and we'll obviously we're gonna reply back to you guys. So leave a comment
below if you've clocked out and clocked into you.
Yes,
love it, Kirsten.
Girl.
Yes. Or KG, where you at? Who you go by today?
I'm still Kirsten G.
Okay, Kirsten G, girl. All right, honey. I love it.
Telemundo.
Right. Make sure you tell us if you clocking in or you clocking out.
Yes.
Because I'm still clocking in. But I think I've maintained how to clock into me as well as clock in to corporate America. At least I think I've maintained that balance. So we'll see.
Yes.
What's going on with Z?
So I know too many random things. So I was trying to figure out and narrow down what random thing that I was going to share.
These are always so surprising to me.
So to keep it simple, stupid, because I've now or recently really been getting my health together, you know, eating better, exercising, you know, just change my whole mindset.
And this haircut.
Yes. Girl, I was like, I feel like you should have played Erykah Badu when you did that.
I felt like the announcement should have been like a black screen and then wavy into the whole body, like
morphed it, right? Yeah,
bet you wasn't waiting on
this. The story behind the bald head, real quick, is my sister. She was feeling real self-conscious every time she goes get her hair done. That part where you got to take the weave off and you don't want nobody to see your head. You know, that part where it's like, oh, my edges. Like, she was like, she just always felt so bad about herself during those parts. And she was like, she just was tired of it. She just wanted to feel free and to be okay and to really just get her hair back, you know, together. So she was like, I'm going to cut it off. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it too. I'm a little bit more bold. I'm like, look, I don't care. I ain't got no edges, but guess what? You don't either. You just hiding yours. So I don't worry about that.
Right.
Yeah. But in support of my sister, I was like, you know what? I'll do it too. I got a little nervous at first, but when we start doing it, it just was so freeing. And ever since I did it, it's just like a weight lifted off of me. Like, no worry. Like, that's one less thing that I have to worry about, incorporate or anything, is my hair. Like, I can focus on, I have time to do stuff, you know, I ain't gotta worry about, what I'm gonna do with my hair.
India, honey.
Girl, yes.
Okay. Your hair does not define you.
Issue, girl. And then, you know, as a woman, that's the part, that's why I always say, like, one of the best parts about being a woman is that you can dress up. You can make your hair however you want it. You can, you know,
baby, I ain't gonna tell you what my 5-year-old
all of that
nephew told me yesterday when I put my hair on. He said, TT, you trying to trick RJ?
Why?
Because she put a wig.
Because I put my wig on, girl. First of all, how you 5?
You 5 and go say that.
And remember that his name RJ. Remember
trying
that's
to
my
trick
boyfriend.
RJ.
And think
And
that
you
I'm going to
trying to
trick
trick
him
him.
because I changed my hair. Baby, I couldn't stop laughing. My sister was so tickled. I was so tickled.
Oh my God.
I
He's
was
so
like, Lord
grown.
have mercy.
Yeah, that's just, so that's the bald head story. So yeah, I'm free with it. I'm loving it. And it's so funny because people come up to me all the time. Even when I have a mask on, they can't even see my face and be like, yes, that is good on you. And I be like, that's good for real. Because
Well, I'm just
even
going to
with
be
my mask,
honest.
they can't see my face, but they just
It
like,
looks so
oh
good
yeah,
on you.
that bald head. Everybody can't do that.
That's what I was about to say. Let's be honest. I was
Yes.
just about to say that. Let's be
No.
That's
honest.
one of the first things everybody say. Everybody can't do that.
Let's
but
be
shut up.
honest. Let's be honest here, okay? That's what we all about here on Power Radio is honesty. And the reality is, some folks gotta clock in with the hair. They can't clock
you know
out.
what? Hey, they gotta write a clock out.
They cannot. No.
They can be all they want to be in their own clock out.
Clock
okay, it's all
in.
about them.
Some folks gotta clock in.
10 o'clock, all the way out. Man, come back.
Don't do that. Come back in here.
Pick
For
up
free.
pieces.
Come on in here for free.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that. But I found some cool little health facts that I thought was interesting. So we went a little long, so I'm just gonna share a couple. Did you know that bananas are most effective in replenishing electrolytes than Gatorade? I didn't know that. I thought that was
Bananas and
either.
Gatorade?
Bananas
are
more effective with replenishing your electrolytes than drinking a Gatorade.
So you know how football players and
But what
athletes
if you
always drink.
thirsty? You mean
I
to
really
tell
ain't
me
been a
I'm
fan
about
of
to just
Gatorade
sit here and
anyway.
eat all these bananas?
But one banana
You
could
ain't gotta
probably do
eat
the
a
shit.
gang of bananas.
Man,
Why is you eating a lot of bananas?
she clocked out. She clocked
Because I was comparing it against a Gatorade size. So I was thinking
You
like,
can still drink whatever. It's just saying that in comparison to Gatorade, if you wanted to replenish your electrolytes, a banana would
You know,
be more
most
efficient.
athletes drink Gatorade or Powerade to replenish their electrolytes.
Right.
And what she's saying is that you can really just have a banana as
Right.
opposed to drinking that.
Because
Oh.
Gatorades and those type of things have a lot of sugars and stuff in it too.
yes.
I'm not a
So,
fan of Gatorade
yeah,
anyway.
I
but
feel like
my
it has
nephews
too much sugar
drink
for
it,
me.
like religiously.
Yeah, see.
And they like football, track,
know.
baseball, and stuff like that. But
But
always
sometimes
the
I
muscle
do
cells.
feel dehydrated, and that's the only time I do it. But now I know I can go get a banana.
but
Banana.
will a banana stop even being dehydrated or just replenish?
No, replenish the electrolytes.
So you
Yeah.
still got to drink
Yeah.
some water.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna drink the water. I'm just saying I don't gotta get the Gatorade.
I heard incorrectly. I clocked out. I thought you mean like replace it. So I'm like, so you eat bananas, throat is just still thirsty.
So basically, you said choke myself with a dry banana.
Clock me out.
After I done worked out and I'm thirsty.
I'm just gonna clock out with the banana in my throat. This is an after night show.
This show is After Night, y'all. Hashtag After Night Show.
Hashtag after night.
I'm gonna share this one more because I think this was interesting too.
I am hot, baby. These studio lights is real.
Okay,
I just
so
want everybody to
It
know.
ain't even that many.
It's this hair here.
It's
That's
literally
it.
two. It's
yeah.
literally-
And then
I'm gonna have to
we did turn down the air too, so I'll turn it back up.
I'm
But
gonna
the other fact is an 8-week meditation course will cause the amygdala, I guess that's how you say it, associated with fear and other emotions to shrink, while the prefrontal cortex associated with awareness, concentration, and decision making will thicken. So if you meditate for 8 weeks, it'll help you to decrease your fear. Your fear, and then it'll help to increase your concentration and decision making.
Did you
To
know
me,
that
that
I'm going to start that
makes
today?
She clocking in.
Clocked in. She back, y'all.
She clocked in. But that makes total sense to me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you're at peace, then everything else can center.
And then you can focus
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah. So
I can see that.
8-week challenge, y'all. 8-week meditation
Uh-oh.
I
challenge.
am meditating.
Comment below and let us know if you're going to participate. 'Cause we
8-week
going to be checking
meditation
in.
challenge starts
We got to
tonight.
get Dr. Chopper. What's the Oprah dude? What's his name?
Deep pot.
Deep pot.
You need deep pot in them.
He got an app.
Tupac never got an app too for meditation.
So I'm sure that you guys have heard us clocking in and clocking out throughout this whole show, and that is the topic of tonight's discussion because of COVID and so much that's going on in the world right now. It's a lot of people that are clocking out by choice. And there's some people that are clocking out because they're forced to. But whether you're clocked in or clocked out by choice or being forced to, it's still an opportunity to do something different. And there's so much out there that we should be able to at the very least, clock into who we are internally. I think COVID has done that for a lot of people. Sitting in the house for about 3 months, not being able to go nowhere.
Bored in the house.
Not being not being able to do much but get on your social media or talk to yourself or figure yourself out. I mean, that's a lot of time for people to clock in and tune into themselves. Before COVID, I used to try to do regularly evaluations personally on myself, like every couple of months, just kind of sit with myself and kind of figure things out, where I've been, where I want to go, what I've achieved in these last 3 months. Like, have I accomplished these short-term goals? Like, I did that prior to COVID, but since COVID's been here, it has increased the number of times that I've sat with myself to make sure that I'm still on the path. Right. To make sure that I'm steady on the path of making sure I'm achieving my goals. Like, for a long time, like Kirsten said earlier in her something with Kirsten, for a minute, I felt like I had lost my way with my creativity, and this show and some other things that I'm doing is bringing it full circle and allowing me to get back into that groove and feeling like I'm really supposed to be here. Like, this is really something that I should have stuck with before, but we kind of let it go. But now we're back, and it's like, this is where you should have been all along.
Yeah, I feel like that too. But I also feel like in my process, I had to step away from a lot of things that I used to do. Because even though, thank the Lord, I've been blessed to be good at it, I wasn't being great at it because I had everything else distracting me, pulling me, and so I was basically half-ass doing everything. So being able to clock out of everything and sit down somewhere.
Sit down somewhere.
Don't make me retch around and grab you.
You gotta retch around and sit down somewhere. That give you an opportunity.
You've been in the South too long.
I know, right?
Because you sitting down.
Okay. But that's what happens. See, when you sit down, you can get antsy and move around. But when you be sat down, you stuck. Yeah. Like, it ain't no getting right up. It ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? And now, especially COVID season, this is the perfect time where everybody is being sat down. Yeah. So you have time. That's why, listen, if 2021 come in and anybody that I know is walking around here talking about they ain't did this, they ain't did that, they ain't got and they can't, I ain't talking to them no more.
Baby.
Because it ain't no reason that after all this year, with all the things that have happened negatively, but positively as well, okay? More people are starting businesses. More people have finances to do so. Like, all of this stuff. If you literally are not doing something with your time right now, just go and unfollow me, delete me, all that. Cause
I made a post some months ago, probably like April, like right when we were in the thick of what was going on. And I said, I had a conversation with somebody about it because they was like, that may not be true, Keisha. But I said, if you are the same person that you were on the other side of this, God would not be pleased. Because so many times we ask for the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lord, just give me the time, give me the space, give me the opportunity, give me the money, give me the whatever. We always asking him for something as a reason why we can't do our purpose, why we can't fulfill that. But we got all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all the time right now. And you can definitely get to the money right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get to that too.
That's what I was telling somebody the other day.
You doing yourself a disservice.
I was like, it's literally enough entrepreneurs out here to where you don't have to shop at corporations. Like, you literally can shop just with other entrepreneurs because everybody does something.
Yeah. Baby, if you had an online store before COVID, that thing is booming now.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't shopped so much online in my entire life because I ain't been in a store like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go for my essentials, and that's about it.
Online shopping.
Yeah.
I probably have ordered some essentials from online because I was just like, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
And then the way that they have some of the stores, they are blocking off like the entrance, so you have to go around.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to
one
wait
way
in
in, one way out.
And so much going on. And then I had to change my store choice preference because these over here looking like wild animals. I can't shop with y'all. Ain't got on their mask either. Like, I gotta shop over here.
They clocked out good.
Like, it ain't never happened.
They just out there.
Folks
just out
over here
there.
clocking out.
Clocked out. Clocked out.
Yes. So,
I really like the idea of being able to clock out, and even the people that are able to clock out. The same opportunity that Kirsten had to clock out, I had that same opportunity, but I chose to stay clocked in. But my main reason for staying clocked in is because I had invested so much time in the clock in, and I did not want to start over in something new. I don't know if I don't think I was scared. I think I just knew that the things that I wanted to do new, like coming back to this type of creativity, I could do that while still being clocked in. Right. It didn't hinder me from doing that. You know what I'm saying? But if I felt like it was going to hinder this creative thing that was urgent, turning in me, I probably would have clocked out too, because I feel like this is just as much as part of my purpose as the clock in is.
Yeah, I realized that the clock in is a detriment to my whole spirit. Like, and in my process, in my journey, and therapy and everything else, I wasn't built for it.
Right.
And it literally affects me physically, emotionally, mentally when I have to go do that. It breaks me down. And I can go do the same thing for us, and it lifts me up, like, to a whole nother level. So I just accepted that, and that's just who I am. So clocking in won't be another option for me. But it's cool because the clock in that I've done within myself has just reminded me that I'm fully equipped. Right. That I can do it. I have too many talents. I can do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But now, like I was saying before, because I'm going through my process and clearing out things, now I'm not half-assing. You know what I'm saying? Now I can
I think
do
a lot
it
of
for
people
real.
get caught up in that. Having so many ideas, so many things that they are good at. You know what I'm saying? And so they're putting their fingers and their toes and their arms and their hands and all of these things in the hopes that something blossoms. Right. To the point where they can let go of something. Right. Or something blossoms to the point where they can carry all the rest of this with them. You know what I'm saying? And you don't realize that because you have so many things going on at one time, that you're not putting 100% in any one of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how to do that for myself. I needed to prioritize everything. I think I'm just great at everything. Like,
I think you are too.
I'm just,
you're amazing.
I mean, if there was an Eve, I would probably make. Well, I don't know if that was.
I agree,
but I'm
Sade 9 to 5 and 5 to 9.
I'm good at a lot of different things. And I think the problem for me is that what do I really want to focus on?
Yeah, right. The want.
Like,
that's good.
And I've even after, we'll talk about entrepreneurship later, but I started the Good One Solution. Oh, cool. But even after working, I did a trial basis because I didn't know how I wanted to help people. I was good at, we can do a startup business. Right. I'm good at social media and digital marketing or branding. That's good. Content creation. Right. Out of all of that, the thing that I loved the most was the content creation, marketing, and branding. The startup solution, oh my God, it was a pain in my butt because I'm literally almost, you're helping someone try to do it, but they're so all over the place and it takes up so much of your time that some people, don't even know what they want to do. You're not paying on time. Right. And it's like, I feel like I'm not happy. I feel like you are, like, I literally want to cuss them out every day, every single day. So after I'm done,
my biggest issue with something like that is you take on their dreams and aspirations and their purpose as your own, and you try to force them to see how it can work, and they're not ready to give that 100.
I step back a little bit and say, you know what? It's not my job for your dream to grow. My job is to actually write the guidelines down of how it's supposed to, based off on the information you told me how it's supposed to do it. I can't guarantee you that, and I had to not put so much energy because I love it and I want to help you go there, but I'm giving you 40 hours of my time to do something that you can't clearly see nor can you afford right now. Well, I'm not saying that everyone can afford their dream eventually, but I'm saying the fact that it is my time and this is my income.
You just reminded me of something I read on Instagram. It said you can plant somebody's seed, but you don't have to water it to grow.
Exactly.
And that is exactly what you're saying. Like, I can plant the seed for you, but you got to be responsible for growing.
And I had to say, you know what? This is what I'm passionate about. I had to do a data testing. That's just my world anyway. I want to know what works, what doesn't work before I go full throttle and say I offer all these services and I don't have the time, nor do I like it.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, I can do this, but it's at a higher expensive price because I know what it's going to take to do this. And I know that the type of clientele that I'm going to get with this, I know what it's going to come with. So I'm mentally prepared for that. Yes.
Not worse.
Or the marketing or the branding piece
they're
over
not
here.
ready, crap. They're just not ready.
Like, my God.
They clocked out. They
can't get right.
But most of the people that I've worked with in the marketing and the branding, they were serious about their business. It was already technically almost established. It's like, I need help in this piece.
Right.
It wasn't that I needed to babysit them on everything. That's just like, I just want to use your mind. Whatever you want, come up with, you create. We meet weekly. Payments are sent to me. I don't have no issues with it. Right. And I'm saying I'm not going to have any other issues that may come along. But during this trial, I was just like, this is so much easier.
But you know, when people are clocked in to what they want to, do in life or their purpose, they have a plan. Mm-hmm. So by the time they get to the marketing and the branding, they know they got to have a budget for it. They know this is what they want, but they know that they need somebody to carry that out because that's not their expertise. I think a lot of times, just in the industry as a whole, whether you're in corporate America, music, entertainment, whatever your industry is, we tend to, or I'm saying we, but people tend to want to bring their friend along because that's their friend. You know what I'm saying? Let me get you a job here because you're my friend. But that may not be your friend's purpose. That may not be what they're designed to do. So now they're just in a situation.
Oh, they actually can't even do the job.
Right. So now they're just in a situation just because. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told several up-and-coming artists, you have to surround yourself around people that their passion is being a PR person. That they're not trying to be an artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people get in the industry and they just want to tag on to whatever they can tag on to so that they can eventually get to be an artist. Like some people love to write, right? That's what they want to do. They want to be a writer. But some people say, well, I can write and sing. So they want to I'll start writing and then I'll eventually become a singer. Mm-hmm. But if you focus all of your information, all your talents on writing for one particular artist or for several different artists, then that's where your focus is. That's where your passion is. Mm-hmm. Right? If your passion is singing, that's where you should have went full throttle on that, writing and singing your own. Right? That way you don't have to attach yourself to a different artist and then try to fight to get into the singing realm because you've been a writer for so long. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Clock in. Be tuned in to you.
Tuned in to you. And tuned in to what you want to do. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to do that because, still working in corporate and trying to do these different side things because I was at my cap of my creativity or what's next for me to do. And
I think for me what I learned is I enjoy helping people, but I realized that I can't, kind of what y'all was saying, I can't do it for them. Mm-hmm. So where I'm at is I'll provide a guide for you. I'm going to do none of it for you, but I'll show you. I'll point you in the right direction. Like, I'll set you, like, a whole little outline. And if you have a couple questions along the way, I'll help you out. But I'm not doing none of that work for you. Like, those days for me
are over.
I think both of y'all are maybe a little further along than I am in the process. Like, I'm past the part of going 100% on your purpose. But I'm not past the part of if I see you going 100%, then I'm also going to go 100% with you. Whether you're going to pay me or not.
I'm like that too, though. That's motivation. Yeah. Like, because I believe, and another thing too, I'm not doing anything just to do it anymore.
Oh, my God.
I'm being very, very purposeful.
Yes.
So if I'm working with
intentional,
you,
baby. That was my thing for 2020. God spoke to me in 2019 and told me that I needed to be intentional.
Exactly.
About the things that I did. And I promised him in 2020, everything I do will be intentional. From the things that I speak, from the actions that I have. And every morning I pray that he guides me on everything that I do. I want everything that I do and say to be intentional. It is important.
On purpose.
Yeah, it is it's important that you are intentional.
I realized, I used to say a lot, things just happen, or you just let things happen, and I realized that that's how I was living. That I was just letting things happen, and it's like, I'm over that, because you really like just swaying with the waves. Like whatever comes, you just get knocked down by it. Like you have nothing holding you, anchoring you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm like, I'm over that. It's time to just stay focused, hunker down.
Hunker down. Baby, I love, what's his little name on Instagram? They be saying, hey, hunker downers. Oh, Leslie Jordan, girl. I love his little self. He's like, what y'all doing, hunker downers? Y'all have got to see the one that I fell in love with. He was like, well, shit. What y'all doing, hunker downers? Having sex? He's from Tennessee, girl, so he all the way country. But yeah, so when you said that, so that means, yeah, you gotta hunker down. Go ahead. I just changed the subject.
Oh, you can't do that with me.
I know.
I'm gonna be like,
you just realized you had to be intentional.
Como say what?
Como say what?
Como say who?
You realized that you needed to be intentional.
Oh, intentional and purposeful in the things that I do. So if I'm working with somebody, or I'm if you're a client or a friend or whatever it is, I believe in it. Mm-hmm. So like you, I'm going to put my 100% in, especially if you're putting your 100%, because the overall goal is for the success of it. Mm-hmm. And like you said, at that point, you just all in. You're not even thinking about how much is this and how much is that. Right. That's the part that I'm still working on, because I give so much of my value away.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Because of my passion for the person or the thing that they're doing, or what I believe in, that I give so much of my value away, to the point to where I felt guilty about saying, hey,
right.
Gotta.
I think I'm at a space now where I am trying to. So a long time ago, I felt like I understood my purpose. Like I understood what God had me here to do. And I was full throttle. Once I figured that out, I was like, whoop, girl, this is it. This is your purpose, part of who I am is an encourager, is a supporter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go 100% for you. I'm going to connect the dots for you so that you can have your dream. That is part of who I am. It's part of how he created me to be. But I'm at a point right now where I'm trying to figure out, how does that enhance me? Does that make sense? How do I grow in that purpose? How do I elevate to wherever he wants me to go within that? I can't just say I'm going to connect the dots for Z, and then what? Mm-hmm. What's left for me to do? You know what I'm saying? Do I let her go and then connect the dots for Kirsten, or do I figure out where I am here and how I can motivate within? I don't know. I'm stuck here in this space.
Leave your comments below.
And, to get her unstuck, unstick.
Get me unstuck. How can I make money off of my purpose too? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, I've only gotten to that point this year, because in previous years, and even kind of now is probably why I'm stuck. I have a desire to want to make the money for it, but I don't have a desire. Does that make sense? I'm in a space where it's part of who I am. It's my purpose, so I'm going to do it regardless whether the money is there or not. But I need to be able to set up a way to where I can benefit from this at some point, because if he gave it to me, it got to be worth something.
I feel like that you just need to continue on the path, and that the monetary is going to follow.
I always feel like that.
The more active that you are, like you said, certain things you didn't do or whatever, but now you're getting back to certain things that are your purpose, like the show and all of that. Now you lining back up with that, which is going to line you up for the money, the monetization. So you don't really have to make any changes to get that. You know what I'm saying? Just with you being more focused and you getting back into the things that you love more. You putting that passion and stuff.
I guess I'm stuck trying to figure out how did I lose that?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been that way, and I've always felt like the money would come, As long as I'm doing it for the right
Yep.
reason. And I used to tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
And you used to be the one focused on the money. And I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, some things you're going to have to do and just do it and the money will come. Like, I've always
You just
been
try to
like
stay
that.
diligent and not focus on it because you're so passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize, well, dang, I am putting all this time in it. I am putting all my effort, my heart, and my
And now I
sweat
feel
into
like
it.
is that one of the reasons
So-
why I drifted away from the creativity? Is it because I wasn't getting any money from it?
I think so. I think for me, it kind of discouraged me.
Is that why I clocked
Because
out?
I just felt like I think I clocked out because I felt like, you know what, fuck y'all. To be honest, I know y'all. Listen, y'all not dumb. Y'all know I'm talented. You know I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't, you wouldn't mess with me. You wouldn't
Yeah.
call me. You wouldn't ask me to do this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all don't feel that I'm valuable enough, then I'm just gonna stop doing it. And then I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? People ask me stuff, I'll be like, I don't do that no more. I'm straight. Like, because I just don't feel value. I feel like I shouldn't have to come to you and feel guilty for asking you to value what you already know is valuable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think for me, I'm listening to both of your perspectives, but for me, I felt like I needed to be focused on that because that was going to bring structure to my life. It was more of, I'm creative at creating this type of content, but how much do I actually charge somebody for this? I like to do it. I want to do it out of my heart, but at the end of the day,
right,
you got bills
I
to pay.
have bills to pay.
Clock in.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so I did some research and I'm like, okay, well, this is what most people are getting paid, but I needed to set up those packages first because I would be all over the place and not being able to concentrate strictly on the content itself.
Right, exactly.
So I needed those price marks to say, hey, I'm charging you this amount. One, I know that you're going to be serious. You're going to show up on time, and you're not going to waste my time when I get there. Everything's going to be done. You've already ordered all the other stuff. You've got the storyboard. You know exactly what we're shooting for today. Instead of me coming there, if I had it at a lower price, I'm here all freaking day, and you don't know what we're doing. I don't even know what we're selling.
Right.
I have all this equipment here, and what did I make? I could have slept for this.
I
So
think
let
from
me
your
bring-
perspective, though, I probably would have been just like you. Because I feel like what I bring to the table is more abstract and yours is more concrete.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just bringing it back to the clock in and clock out, now that you're in a position where you've clocked out from corporate and you are clocking into yourself, like what kind of skills or lessons or anything that you think that you can provide for other people who might be considering doing it, but they might be scared, you know what I'm saying?
Or people that have already clocked out but haven't really quite clocked in.
Well, I would say I've actually clocked out, clocked in, clocked out, clocked in at least for 10 years.
So basically what you're saying is okay.
It's a process.
It is okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
okay.
I mean, I was literally everything. I've had every job there is, and I'm okay with it because I've learned a lot from it. But at this point, I think I have way more control of what's going on, what I'm going to allow, what I'm not going to allow, what I want, what are the projects I want to work on, and still having the opportunities to still work on contract works. I think I'm setting myself up for that life that I want. And
do you think that it took the multiple clocks in and clock out for you to get to a point where you understood your worth and the value of what you bring to the table?
I think it was that, and definitely during the last phases of like me working in corporate, it was kind of dwindling down because it was like I'm not being not necessarily used to my fullest potential, but I feel like I was up here and I'm now being brought back down to like basic stuff. I'm like, you know, it's a computer that does this. Like, you don't even need it.
And that's why I can't clock in. It messes with me, like, because if I'm working for someone, especially if they're not efficient, like in operation,
oh my God,
that drives me
But
crazy.
I will say, Zan, I needed that structure because I was a loose cannon. I think everything's a great idea, and there was no structure to it. But
I
now,
can't have that.
actually, now getting all those extra certifications, that education that I needed on the end, if I don't have it right now, I'm just going to go batshit crazy on everybody because I'm like, why is it not in order? This is what it needs to be. it's done. Yes. And then once this piece is over, especially the automation piece, I can only focus on creativity. That's all I want to do. And then I
feel the same way. I think we are 3 peas in the pod when it comes to the organization of things, like having it done in a consistent and concise order. I think we're all a lot alike in that manner. I think the only way that I am able to continue to clock in is because in my classroom I have complete order. So even in the chaos of the outside world, I don't care what how many emails you're sending me and what's gonna happen in my classroom is what's gonna happen in my classroom. Right? Yeah. Like it's gonna be efficient, it's gonna be organized, and they are gonna learn. And I don't have to worry about the outside noises, even though they are very chaotic and all over the place. And if you would have listened to me in the first place, we would never be here.
And I can't stand to have an incompetent supervisor.
Oh my gosh.
My supervisor is a complete idiot, and I'll be like, "Bro, like,
and you know what else?
How you get this job?" And it'd be all of me to not like be quote unquote insubordinate, but it'd be like, "Bro, like woman. For real, that's what." So you really know it's this way, right? Like, and then see, whenever I get a job, whenever I clock in, I actually read the material. I read the policies because when you come at me, I'm gonna give you the policy back. You just finna randomly tell me to do stuff and this, that, and the third. I'm like, really? Okay, send the policy in the email. Send me a link to where it say I can do that. And then I'll do it. But other than that, no. And then they hate that. then I have a battle with my supervisor because now she thinks I'm trying to be combative. But no, I'm just trying to cover my butt, not yours. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't do well with that. I don't.
Yes.
That annoys the crap out of me. And then
when they Pisces, ain't it?
When they unorganized.
Virgos, what are y'all?
I'm Pisces.
I bet she is too.
Okay.
I forgot, girl. Pisces. Okay.
Driving me crazy. Clocking in, clocking out everywhere.
Okay. Definitely. Leave your comments below.
Sometimes you get to clock in and
if
clock
you feel
out
like you are.
Times.
If you need that, what was your question? You had, like, you were trying to figure out if you needed the structure, you're on a passion versus trying to monetize your things.
I think my purpose is abstract.
How to monetize your passion.
How to monetize. And you know what's crazy is that people have asked me that on multiple occasions, and I have an answer for everybody else's purpose and passion. Yeah. But like when I was listening to her and her structure, it dawned on me that my purpose and passion is a lot more abstract than a lot of other people's. Like,
and it's like KG said earlier, you can do it for everybody else, but doing it for you is the challenge. If you ask me something, like I'm super sharp when anybody asks me to do anything. Like it's like no hiccup, no nothing. It's like, oh, just do this, boom, 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 boom. I'll find that. But then it's like, okay, when I need to do something, it'll be like, what was I supposed to do? What was that thing? Like, it's like, I can't get right. Like, the dots is just not connected. And it's so frustrating. Like, why did my magic don't work on me?
Oh, my God.
Like, do I need somebody else's magic?
I'm having a challenge.
Why my juice don't work on me?
Let me sprinkle some magic on you.
I'm having a challenge right now with myself on even like still working for other people, my clients I have right now, but there's a challenge right now. One of my friends, she challenges 30 days of content. Obviously, we're in day 8 and I haven't posted anything. I'm trying to get back to posting for myself because I was a travel girl. I was, it was like, well, what did she really do? All I knew, she traveled, but how do I bring the new person out? And then is my audience like going to be accepted of this new person? Well, I don't care if they are because you're going to leave it not.
I freaking love I think you should run with the whole always something with Kirsten.
Okay.
That's good.
Because
it is always something with
Kirsten.
Okay, I'm going to
And it's fun. It's funny. It's always fresh and new. You never know what you're going to get. It's definitely entertaining. And it doesn't put a cap on you because you do so much stuff. I think you should run with that.
I always feel like, like, what is it? And I'm like, okay, well, maybe
that way it's not really
like one thing. It's
one dimensional because you're not one dimensional. Yeah. I mean, most people are not, but you are not one dimensional and you have a social presence. Like you are a social butterfly. Like you have that. Exactly. So to be in something with Kirsten is just like you just never know. Yeah. What's gonna come? And then people never know what's gonna happen.
Like, what is she gonna do this week?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is gonna happen?
But be definitely intentional.
Yes, for sure.
And purposeful.
Whatever it is.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I pulled back on my Mocha Says Mondays, too. Like, I just felt like...
It was a pressure,
and then was it really effective?
I liked them, though.
I did, too.
Like, I mean, I was like, I like it. I was like, what's Mocha Says?
Okay,
like, it was catchy, and I'm like, figuring out what
and then
what
I just be like, this stuff we be talking about all the
I
time.
know.
Like,
Most of the time it is. Most of the time my Mocha Says is stuff that conversations that I've had with friends and family.
I be wishing you could do, like, video comments instead of at the top. You at the top, like, girl, yeah, you right, girl.
I know. Like, pop it in the head.
Okay,
like,
facts.
100. Top that. Clock in.
Rule number 25.99.
But one of the reasons why I pulled back is because I felt like I wasn't being effective, and I also felt like I got to a point where early on in the Mocha Says process, I really thought it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like this is what's going on in my world right now, so somebody else needs this, right? And then as the process continued, I got to a point where it was like, oh, I got to do a Mocha Says. Let me just figure out something to say. Let me, think back over some conversations or scroll through Facebook and see, you know what I'm saying, something that somebody posted and what would I say to that? You know what I'm saying? So it didn't feel intentional or purposeful, and so I stopped doing it.
You just like finding stuff to do.
Yeah, and so I felt like I needed to come back. But now, like I said, I've, in the last, probably since, I guess maybe May, June, is when I really started to feel those creative juices come back, but I didn't want to rush the process. That's why I still haven't done Mocha Says Mondays. I kind of just been letting the creativity, I'm following it. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you don't want to kind of go with the wind, but I'm kind of going with the wind, but still within my purpose. Like, just
so you can still do it and write it or whatever, and don't post it.
Well, sometimes I still
just
write
to get
down
yourself
stuff.
used to getting back in the groove. Don't post it. Just do it, and then when you're ready to post it, you've been and had a bunch of material anyway.
Yeah, I still write down stuff. I still got a whole bunch of notes in my little phone, a little stuff. I'm like, ooh, that's good stuff, guy. Like, sometimes he just drops something on you, and you be like, okay. I see where you at right there,
I see where you was going with your going self.
I'm clocked in. And so I'll be like, oh, let me write that down because he meant that.
He said that.
He meant that right there. I still write, jot down stuff, and I can still recall conversations. And it's not like I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it for the world to see right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because I think you just getting more in tune with it, maybe. Like you said, it's more... it was more a task.
I lost it at some point, yeah.
It became a task as opposed
2019 was a hard year for me. Just internally, though. You know what I'm saying? Not really, like, publicly. I mean, if anybody's seen anything on social media, they would have never known what I kind of was battling with internally. But it just kind of felt like the whole year I was just floating through it. Like, clocked in, but really not clocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
that's
here,
how
but
I really...
I'm not.
Right, that's
like
how I
you
really
had somebody
felt.
clock in for you, but you really didn't
like,
there yet.
Like, I'm here because y'all show me here, but I really
was
not
still
clocked
parking,
in.
but...
Yeah. Like, really, from the
you
whole...
still in time.
Really, the whole year. And I turned 40 last year. I turned 40 in 2019, and maybe that had something to do with it. I turned 40 and was like, I'm clocked out this bitch. I don't know, but I felt like I coasted through that whole year. I felt like I was there, but I wasn't there.
And then look what you did.
And then
you came in 2020
God
and said,
spoke a
I
word.
am here.
God spoke a word to me in August of 2019 and said, baby, you got to be intentional about these things. You can't just be out here just to be out here.
Girl.
Now she out here.
Now I'll be like, no, I'm only going here specifically for this.
Right.
I'm not going here to figure it out. Because
right,
I've already went through my figure it out phase.
This is so crazy because I literally
what
had
really
this conversation with myself.
Though, it's the hardest thing to do when you're trying to date.
Oh my God. See?
Guys don't understand that you got what
your intention.
Your intentions. You know what you want.
Yes. But I didn't have no clue.
Yeah.
Like none.
Like I didn't used to know crap about what
Then you're like, that is not it.
Now I'll be like,
you ain't it. You ain't it.
First of all, that's a whole nother show.
Who raised you?
Let's wrap this on up. Let's bring this on back in. Let's clock in.
Let's clock it out.
Clock it out on the
dating.
Listen, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
POW Radio with your girl Mocha, my girl Z, and my girl.
I am Kirsten G.
Thank you. And if you have learned nothing else from this show, please remember that Mocha says if you clock out, make sure you're taking the time to clock in for yourself. Peace.
Bye, guys.